Okay. Long distance runner, what you standing there for? Get up, get up, get on out of the door. Ooh. Hi everybody, welcome back. Guitar with Gavin here, and we're looking at Fire in the Mountain, but we're gonna look at it a little differently today. I don't really want to do like a whole lesson on Fire on the Mountain because there's like 100 of them because it's a 2-chord song. So what I really want to do is talk about lead things, but before we do that, we'll talk about the song and how to play it. I know you're probably not here to learn how to play Fire on the Mountain because, like I said, there's so many lessons on this, we're just going to do this quick. It is just a B chord down to an A chord. That is it. Welcome. Congratulations, guys. You just learned how to play Fire on the Mountain. So what I do want to talk about today is I was watching Daniel Denato. If you haven't watched him yet or heard of him, I highly suggest going and looking him up. He does this whole thing called Cosmic Country. He brings like this country-esque version of himself to these Grateful Dead songs. And it's really, really cool. It's not for everybody, you know, just like how, you know, like when Billy Strings kind of does the Dead, it's not for everybody. When J-Red does stuff, it's not for everybody. When Dark Star does stuff, it's not for everybody. You know, it's just different iterations. You know, there are people who don't like the Dead and Company versions of Grateful Dead. And so I highly suggest going and looking. He does a killer Fire on the Mountain. And I was watching it one day and I'm watching this go down and I'm like, what the fuck? This is so cool. So, and I just kind of want to talk about it, and I'm trying to expand on it a little bit more, so I'm not just taking licks and throwing them at you. And so what we're going to be looking at Fire on the Mountain as a lead perspective on how to use 3-note arpeggios. And what we're going to be doing is kind of like those... that kind of thing. That's the approach we're going for. And it just, when I heard him doing it, oh my God, it just brought so much energy. It was so cool. So that's the reason why I want to do this. All we're doing is just doing these 3-note arpeggios. And the nice thing is we can do one shape for one chord and move it up a whole step or bring it down a whole step. And it's the exact same pattern because it's 2 major chords that are just a whole step away from each other, right? So 4 and a 5. And so we just take these shapes, move them up a whole step, move them down a whole step. And that's it. So we just got to learn, I think we're going to go over like 4 really fast. And they're just super cool ways of adding this kind of style to this song. You know, if you're like, you need something else, if you need something new, something weird, this is great. So we're going to start by looking at it over an A chord. That's going to be my preference right here. So our 3-note A arpeggio on just our B and E strings, those are all we're going to be using this entire time, is going to be 5 on the B, 5 on the E, and a little bit of a stretch here, 9. Lots of different things that we can do there. Lots of little notes that we can do. But for the most part, it's just 5, 5, and 9. Start mixing in, you know, your E major or B mixolydian notes around that. You can even create some more stuff like... kind of some different sounds in there, right? That same shape now, we just move it up a whole step. We have our B arpeggio. So 7 on our B, 7 on the E, 11 on the E. And this was kind of cool. It's almost like we're inverting the arpeggio. We're starting on the 5. We're going 5, 1, 3, 5, 1, 3, 5, 1, 3, 5, 1, 3, 5, 1, 3. Because usually when we think of an arpeggio, we always think 1, 3, 5. You know, like A, B, that's 1, 3, 5, or even in this context, 1, 3, 5. You know, we always kind of think of it in that sense. So this is a cool inversion, a cool way of inverting the arpeggio. And so now our next one, because we're going back to an A after this, you know, we went A, B, A again. So we're gonna start, this time we're just doing a 1, 3, 5 arpeggio. So it's gonna be the 10th fret on the B, 9 on the E, 12 on the E. That's an A arpeggio. Now we scoot that up a whole step, we're in a B, 1, 3, 5 arpeggio. So 12 on the B, 11 on our E, and 14 on the E. So I'm trying to do like a, that kind of thing. I don't know why. But, so yeah, we have an A, a B, and real fast while we're here, I want to talk about a quick little Jerryism, chromatic notes, right? We're going to do just a chromatic walk up between the 3 and the 5 of those arpeggios. So an A, and if we just chromatically walk down to 11, we're on the major third of a B chord, right? So, or if we're doing a B, we can go 11, 12, 13, 14, and then walk it back down 2 frets to the 12th fret, right? And we're at the 5th of our A chord, of our A arpeggio, right? So, and then so now actually we're gonna add in another one right here. So while we're in the same shape, so go to a, let's do a 12th fret on our B, pinky on the 12th fret of the high E, and if we bend the 12th up on the B, and then strike our E, we just did a bend into the 3, and then the 5, come back down to the 10th, that's our 1 of the A. We slide that up a whole step, so we're going 14 on the B, 14 on the E. We bend that up a whole step on the B. We hit the 14 on the E, we bend the B back down, and hit the 12. We just did a 1, or a major third bend into a 5, back down to a 1. So far, our 3 arpeggios. That was 1, 2, then we have this one. Oops, sorry. Right, so there we go. Now, we're going to do an arpeggio, an inverted one that starts on the 3rd of the chord. So we're going to go the 14th on the B. And so our notes for an A1 are gonna go 14, and then on the high E, 12, and then 17. And so technically the 14, the 12, and the 15 are the arpeggio, but you can add in some really neat sounds in there. If we play the 16 on our high E, we're still in the key, and we get the major 7th of the A chord. And so like, if you're a big fan of John Mayer, that's one of his ways, like he always kind of does this, it bends into the major 7th of the chord, it grabs your ear a lot, like, right, that bend into the major 7th really caught your ear because it didn't quite get us to here. It got us to here. And so that 16 is gonna be really cool. And then we can even hit the 14 in there, and you can just even hit those bouncing off between the 12th, right? So you have all those notes in there for our A, 3, 5, 1 arpeggio. That is the inversion that we're going. So the major third, the 5 to the 1. And then we have the third to the 5 to the major 7th, which is the 16th on the high E. And then we have the 1, 5, and then the 6, which is the 14th on the E. So we have lots of notes in there, right? So now we scoot that shape up a whole step again. We have 16 on the B, 14 on the E, and then 19 on the E. Right? Yeah, 15, 17, 19. Okay. Wanted to double check that. So right there, I just used all the arpeggios that we've gone over and, you know, had a pretty sweet little diddly right there, right? So, and then just to go over real fast on this B one, you don't really want to hit that major 7th right now because it's not a major 7th chord, it's a B. It's the 5 chord, a 5 chord is a dominant one, so really we'd have the 15th, or sorry, the 17th fret. So it would go like 17, what am I doing? It would go 19, 17, 16, 14. So you can do that. So you have all those notes, right? And so the last two that I'm gonna go over are just another arpeggio that starts on the major third. And so we're going back to our A1, and that is going to start on the 14th of our B. And so it's going to be 14, 14 on the E, and 17 on the E. And you have that 16 on the E as well right there still. That didn't go away. But for the A, it's going to be, and it's not necessarily an arpeggio anymore. I should clarify that. We're actually hitting what would be like the minor 6th of our A. We're hitting the 6th note now instead of the 1, 3, 5. We're just going 3, 1, 6. So wanted to clarify that. It's not technically an arpeggio anymore. We're out of that. But it's very pentatonic-y, right? And so it's kind of a nice little thing as well to kind of always have that right there. Sorry, I got lost. Don't know why. But you take that same shape and we move that up a whole step. We have 19, or sorry, we'll start on the B string because that's our major third. So 16 on the B, 16 on the E, and then 19 on the high E. So once again, that's our 3, our 6, and our 1 of the B chord. And I really like saving this one at the very end when we go B to A because it's very high energy, right? But when we bend a whole step on the 1 of the A, the 17th fret, we bend it a whole step up as we go back to a B chord. A whole step up, it just bends it into a B note. So therefore, we've gone right back into a B, we're right back into our root, our tonic chord, our kind of home chord here. Like it goes right back in. It's just a nice resolve after doing all these like really flashy, really fast kind of arpeggio stuff, these really fast licks, going right back into that. To that beat, just really sets us right back home, and I love it as a good ending to the solo. And so yeah, guys, that's our arpeggios that I wanted to go over. Like I said, that last one, not necessarily an arpeggio, but it kind of gets us in that pentatonic box. I don't know why I did that. But yeah, that's what I want to go over. I think it's super cool. It can really transform this song. It can really take it to like a whole nother level. And please, for the love of God, go watch Daniel Denato go do this. It is just, it's so cool. It's filthy. It's really, really rad. So yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Hopefully you found that helpful. Hopefully that was kind of fun. And hopefully you learned some arpeggios as well, if anything. Like we learned how to just do like 4 or 5 of them, just kind of up and down, 2 strings, 3 notes. Really fun, really good little exercise right there. And Fire in the Mountain's a great one to practice it over. So yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Happy jamming, rock on, and hope to see you guys again next week. Peace out.